now tuned in to Doneasy TV. Doneasy TV. Metro Armed Security Stories. Story time. Let's get it. I'll never forget, man. So let me recap again. I survived a crazy station in Compton. I survived the crazy station in Long Beach. And I survived the crazy station in downtown Redline. And I survived crazy stations in West LA, Santa Monica, Expo Line. So let's get to this new story. Let's get back to the Redline. The infamous, the notorious Union Station. Man, I'm telling you, it was a dungeon. You didn't know what time it was. When it was hot, it was hot. And when it was cold, it was freezing, Jack. So you had to wear like 3 different clothing because you didn't know what to wear. Anyway, man, at this particular station, at about like 8 o'clock, we had to stop the train. So when we stopped those trains, we had to stop them between like about, 6 to 8 o'clock. Within those 2-hour periods, we got to kick out the people sleeping on the trains. It's like a, encampment on the train. Anyway, this one particular lady, older sister, man, she was somebody grandmama. So we gonna call her GrandMama. GrandMama, oh man, she had the dirtiest mouth in the whole world. I'd be like, hey, excuse me, miss, can you get off the train? What? I ain't no Miss You B. You ain't nothing but a B. She'll just cuss you out, and you can call whoever you want to call. The platoon, I ain't getting up. So one day I just got tired of her mouth, because she was one of the few that if the sheriffs wasn't around, she wouldn't get off. She knew that the security couldn't do much. See, they be knowing their rights. So one day I said, man, I got tired of her mouth. Oh, there you are again, Humby. And I was like, yo, you got to get off the train. Man, I just got frustrated, man, of her talking to me crazy and wouldn't get off the train. So I thought of a good idea, because GrandMama always wore this big old sun out in the field type of hat. Big old hat, I guess, to cover when you out there picking fruit and whatever you're picking, that type of hat. So she had this big old stylish hat on, or like, it kind of reminded me of them church hats. them church hats, yeah, but it's like in the field, like a mixture of both. Anyway, she was so proud of that hat. I said, okay, she talking that mess, huh? She called me one more B. Man, I said, I know how to get her off the train. I snatched her hat off her head and ran. And she got up and chased me. Everybody was laughing, but I got her off the train. All say she started throwing her shoes at me and all kind. You be. So if you ever on the red line and you see an older black lady with a big old church hat on, that's GrandMama. And that's not it, man. They had this dude, man, some essay, man, tatted on his face on the Blue Line station. Artesia up there. I guess now they call it the C Line. Anyway, this dude named Goofy, man, he had tats all on his face, all on his neck, all up and down his arm, man. And the crazy part about him, man, he just got out. So he always looking over his shoulders and looking over here. And he had this big old school 1984 LL Cool J radio, I swear. He didn't get with the times. So he had this big old just box, man, and he'd be playing all the jazz and be out there dancing, looking like homeboy from Colors. Getting it in, could dance. He was cool as hell. But the only problem with him, man, he still had an addiction to something, because he will always complain about this one girl, his girlfriend, whatever, that she would leave him, and then when he get his check, she get back with him. They had a love and hate relationship, I guess. A love and hate relationship. And another weird part about him, he was always talking about the groceries, how he'll do this to the groceries, how he do that to the groceries. We looking at each other like, yeah, he was probably in that pen with the groceries. This dude was comical. He should have had his own TV show. He was funny, and he was always saying, she got those knockers. Like, knockers? He said, yeah, them high beams. I'll call them knockers. He was fascinated with knockers and groceries, and man, he'd talk to any girl. He didn't care. Hey, how you doing, sweetheart? Can I marry you? He was funny as hell, man. So if you ever on the C line, A line, elemental P line, look out for a Goofy, because he gonna do a dance for you. And that's not it, man. They had this one lady, man, just come out of nowhere. She come out, she looking all tweaked out, looking at us up and down, looking like Felicia. Bye, Felicia. What's that dude name? Was Day-Day in the pigeon coop? She was looking around. She was looking around like that, and then she just ran in the middle of the bus street. It's like a bus little lane where the buses coming in and out of Artesia station, and she jumped in the middle of the station, made all the buses stop, and she just started crip walking, man. She just started dancing out the blue and start talking to herself. And then, man, all of a sudden, she just stopped and then turned into another character. And then she just started talking to herself and then she said, all right, y'all, peace. It was like, wait a minute. You were just dancing in the street, talking to yourself. Then you snapped out of nowhere. And now you're back to normal. And you don't believe me? Watch it. Here it go. Right. I can't. Nah, I can't. Sheila gonna kick her ass. Man, I wish I could. Zoom in. Look at she getting it on. That's enough. Now watch this 180 she does. Now she back to, I guess, her regular self.
You gonna love me, nigga. Y'all supposed to be in front of me, walking with me, letting everybody see how you just roll. But I'm really. Don't turn.
So if you ever at the metro stations, man, be careful, because the sweetest looking person can turn to the craziest person in the world. Metro Armed Security Stories. Subscribe, like, comment to Don Easy TV. Yeah.